Last time on Exit the Guncheon, the gang explored a medieval-esque village. Wyatt tried to steal some stuff and almost got hanged for it. Meanwhile, George and Isaac explored a mysterious well, and Angelo fed his goo addiction. After finding their way out of their bind and acquiring their disguises, they found themselves in a cave and a very sterile concrete room where they witnessed two fellow cultists get turned into goo. After dealing with them, they found themselves outside on an open road near a diner. What will this wacky group of interdimensional cultists get up to this time on Exit the Guncheon? Exit the Guncheon contains themes not suitable for all audiences. Themes such as self-harm, mental illness, death, gore, child endangerment, and the feeling of utter meaninglessness in a cruel and callous universe. There's also swears. If you're uncomfortable with any of those subjects, this may not be the show for you. Additional content warnings can be found in the description. If you're sticking along for the ride, enjoy. Hello everyone, and welcome to another thrilling episode of Exit the Guncheon. Last time, you guys escaped the collapsing Coliseum, went into some rooms, drank some goo, some of you drinking more than others, and you got acquainted in a tavern. Did a quest for the tavern keeper, almost got arrested for stealing, jumped down a well, disappeared a trapped man, killed some gooified cultists, and stepped outside into a sprawling outdoors. It's night, and there is a dense fog around you. Again, the door closes behind you, and you see a giant 50-foot wall of concrete that appears to stretch forever in both directions, and at the top, spreading across the walls, is blinking red lights, creating a star-like vista stretching into the fog. The fog is nearly impossible to see through, aside from the faint outline of a bright neon sign illuminating a truck stop diner. So, how would everybody like to introduce their characters and tell us a little bit about them, starting with George?
All right. Yeah, George Conway is a devotee to the Gunchpot cult, which is a class in this game as well. I wouldn't say cleric, but definitely religious guy. Yeah, George was like a high school burnout. His parents hated their jobs and blamed him for it. So he was kind of burned out of traditional society, school, and college and things. Yeah, that's where he's coming from.
And how about Wyatt?
I'm playing Wyatt. The class or role, whatever it is veteran. And he likens himself to being kind of the top security officer within the Gunchpot cult. Kind of just fell into the work after some doldrums that he had. One thing I can tell you about Wyatt is all of the other quote-unquote party members, they have already seen him pull the knife out of and use it. And if you pay close attention to the scabbard which he pulled it from, it actually has a USMC stamp on there.
And then we have Angelo.
So Angelo got his start in the cult by happenstance. It turned in from a hustle to pretty high value stealing gig and ended up cross with some high cultist members and ended up convincing him that he was a cultist already. And so he's been in the cult for a couple of years now, and they've never really been initiated.
And then Isaac.
Isaac's archetype is drone pilot. Isaac is 10 and a half years old. Before he was here, he lived with his mom and his older sister Judith, who demands that she be called Jude. So he was last with Judith. His dad doesn't live in his house anymore. He doesn't know why, but that's true. And he's looking for Jude because she was the last person that he was with. It was her and her friends in their matching robes. And they gave him one, and he was like, wow, that's so cool. I'm one of the cool big kids now. And that is all that Isaac recalls.
And I am your Guncheon master, Gunchpot himself. A little bit of something about the Guncheon itself is that it is an infinite dimension that kind of exists within this little pocket of the universe that you all know and are familiar with. Again, you came into the dungeon around 2021, and now you are trapped here. As we've sort of established in the last one, time is sort of indeterminate here, and the Guncheon exists within its own realm that seems to be constantly shifting, changing, and expanding. With all of that, let's get into the game. So you guys have stepped through this threshold, and you are now outside at night in this foggy middle of the road, and you see this diner.
I mean, what's the temperature?
It's temperate. I mean, it feels good. It's definitely a little chilly here at night, but it's like a cool 60.
Does it appear that there are any like cars moving about the road or anything like that, or like in the distance?
No. So the road leads into the door that you just came out of, and there is no traffic that you can see in the immediate.
Is it like a standard modern asphalt, or is it similar to the...
It's blacktop, yellow lines, all of the things.
Yeah, I'm going to start walking up to the diner.
Okay, as you approach the diner, the fog, or as you step through the fog, it just becomes clearer. This is the diner that you see. It is also illuminated in neon.
Sick, dude.
You see people inside. Looks like people are eating. You see some people through the windows with cultist robes, and you see one waitress inside, just kind of in that classic 50s sort of diner attire, serving people. And outside, you see a motorcycle that looks like that. Pay no mind to the stat. This is the same motorcycle that you guys drove through.
Oh,
the
it's parked here?
So it's the same motorcycle, and it's parked here.
Wyatt, I guess that's your
right.
ride, right? Like, that's your hog?
Well, it was our escape vehicle, but yeah.
Don't talk about his hog.
Meant like, I don't know the terminology. I'm not a motorcycle driver.
Oh, guys, look, they have goo. And I'm walk inside the diner.
Yeah, there's lots of them in the tavern. Let's get in there.
Okay, you walk into the diner, and somebody roll one of your stats.
That's super specific.
Dungeon Master of the Year.
I've immediately forgotten all of the stats in the game.
There's strength, agility, wits, and empathy.
Okay, roll wit. Everybody roll wit.
Okay.
Okay.
This is first roll of
Everybody roll wits.
the session. Beautiful. Okay. 1, 3, and 5.
I got one.
Anybody with any sixes? So you got 1 6.
I got one.
I only got one success.
Okay, wait.
I could push it, though.
Okay,
Right?
if you'd like.
Oh, all of mine are supposed to be pushes. That's right.
That is true.
So is that re-roll what I want or whatever? What is that? What do I do?
that is anything that's not a 1 or a 6 on your first roll, you roll again, and anything that's a 1, you take insanity.
Oh.
Okay. So that gives me 2
I'm
then.
pushing.
All right.
That gives me 3. Ha! And I did get a 1, so I lost some sanity.
Okay, so you both got how many?
Oh, I got a 3.
Okay, Angelo got 2. George got.
I pushed to get to 3 successes, but then
Okay.
I also took 2 sanity. So I don't know, like,
Okay.
how exactly that manifests.
It just manifests insanity loss.
I have 4 6s.
Okay.
4?
Wow. Okay.
Oh, wait.
So
Yeah,
everybody.
I pushed it.
Yeah, everybody except for Wyatt notices.
That's about right.
Everyone in the tavern's eyes are completely whited out. Those who have food, eating it, sort of like, but not eating it. They're sort of on like an animatronic style loop where they're like putting their forks down and then moving it up to their mouths and then putting it back down. The waitress that is kind of running around giving people food is just trying to is hustling to just get food out to everybody. She sees you guys all walk in and is going to say, welcome in. We have spots at the bar if you'd like to come and sit down. Sorry, we ain't got no more booze available right now. We're packed, as you can see, so please come and sit down at the bar, would you? And she'll just kind of head back into the back while she yells out to you.
Do you got goo on tap?
Roll empathy.
Oh, sick. 1, 2, 3. 3.
3 successes.
Correct.
She'll say she's gonna like stop. She's gonna like completely pause and be like, "Yes, we do, sugar. I'll get you some. Just give me a minute, all right?" Fully confused that you'd be requesting goo specifically.
Whenever you get around to it, ma'am. Thank you.
She's going to head out into the back and come back in a moment.
Do the people sitting at these booths, you said like 50s diner in here, like checker tile, like what are we? Okay, is there like a jukebox
Yes.
playing or?
Yeah.
Monarch programming.
Yes, there is a jukebox playing a cover of Wonderwall.
Wow.
I'm going to sit down at the bar.
All right, you take a seat at the bar. Is everybody else going to join, or are you guys going to do some investigating?
I kind of wanted to see if the people were like zoned out similarly to the way they were in the first tavern, like if it seems like they're astrally projecting.
People that were in the original tavern were definitely like present, and you can tell the difference between people astral projecting and these people.
Okay.
There's a clear difference. These people appear to not be in control at all.
Wyatt, Isaac, should we try and figure out what went wrong with these people? We don't want to end up stuck here like them.
Isaac is doing the thing that he always does when he gets to a new place, which is looking at all of the faces of all the people for anyone that he might recognize. I could give you a roll or something if we want to.
Yes. Let's go with the empathy roll.
Okay, empathy. 3 game dice is that mini for sure stays. That's just what I know to be true about the world.
That's a staple.
We got no 6s. That's a tragedy.
Yeah, nobody in the tavern you recognize. But as you are sort of looking around and looking at people, you are, while they're just sort of doing these idle, like, I'm eating, and then I'm putting my food down and I'm eating. You can sort of notice that they're not even breathing.
Now, here's a fun little meta question for all of us here at the table. Do I think that Isaac would clock people not breathing as weird, given that he is also not breathing?
I like to think that Isaac believes that he is functioning.
Isaac for sure believes he's a functioning human person, so yeah, he would. All right,
He's not
okay.
a doctor.
In which case,
He's
he would.
breathing.
He doesn't realize he himself is not actually doing it, but he definitely would. You're right. Okay, so Isaac is then gonna go.
I like to think that he maybe even is. Like, he is on autopilot with that sort of, like, body function. If you, like, listen really closely, you can hear, like, the noise of a child exhaling through their nose every now and again.
With the modulator.
That's great.
Exactly. That is exactly what it's like.
Yeah, I think you're right. So in that case, I think having heard George's question, Isaac would turn to George and be like,
I think that there is something wrong with these guys. They're not breathing, and you definitely have to do that.
Fair play. Wyatt, do you have any medical training at all?
I mean,
I guess you don't need much to detect a pulse, but...
my training is, I mean, if they're not breathing, they're not breathing. And then Wyatt's gonna kind of look to see, so as far as the people in the benches are around are concerned, what's their, like, attire? Is there anything, like, other than obviously they're not breathing, is there anything else that's off about them?
Some people are wearing cultist attire, but others are just wearing kind of normal-ish clothes. There's not really anything about their attire that would point to them being any specific people or being here for any specific reason.
Nothing super descriptive. Okay.
Right.
And then Wyatt's gonna peek under the tables and try and see if there's, like, any weirdness going on under
All
there.
of their penars are out.
holy shit,
That's
Isaac cannot
Gross.
be here.
No,
That's a crime.
no. There's nothing off. Other than the things that are wrong. Clearly, there's not anything that you would notice.
Nothing else. Nothing additional.
Sorry if you already said this, but so they're pretending to be eating animatronic style, which, by the way, I love that you used one of my favorite words.
Style?
Animatronic, for sure.
Okay.
What are they eating? They're just eating goo? Question mark? Or
No, they have food. There's like burgers
like
and fries
real-ass
and chicken
food.
tendies, and there is
tendies.
they are real dishes. Which they have like cups and mugs, like coffee and stuff. But like the coffee, you saw her like pour some. It is goo.
Has she brought me my goo yet?
So I'm getting there. We're getting to that part.
Starting to get really antsy.
After
me I have
a
a problem
little
without telling me I have a
while,
problem.
she's gonna come out. She's gonna put like coffee mugs in front of all of you, and then she is going to pour you all a cup of goo, and she's going to say, "Can I get y'all anything to eat? We got some fresh fries that just came out the fryer. We have all sorts of good soups and burgers. Best burgers this side of the dungeon is what I like to say. So." Can I get y'all
yeah.
anything to eat for the road?
Can
Am I
I
hungry?
please get some french fries and dinosaur-shaped chicken nuggets? Also, I shouldn't have this. I think I'm too young.
and Isaac slides his goo coffee mug back to the waitress.
Oh, she's gonna be like, all right, one French fry, and I will get you some chicken nuggets. Can't guarantee their shape, but I'm sure you seem like a young one that can use his imagination, so you can have this. And she's going to slide it back towards you and be like, that'll help you a lot. So you have to drink that for me, and then anything else for the rest of you all?
Sorry, you said you have to? Like, we all have to drink that?
Yes. Yes, please.
Oh, no worries. The kid doesn't want his. And I'm going to reach over and grab it. And, oh, yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
roll
it's room
strength.
temperature.
Roll strength if you're going to try to do that.
Okay.
Can I help?
If you'd like. You could try.
This is gonna go so
Wait,
great.
so let's
Okay.
get there.
Yeah.
I'd say in this situation, you're probably not expecting what is about to happen, so I don't know if you'd be able to help
Sure.
in this instant action.
I got nothing.
You got nothing. So as soon as you take Isaac's cup, she is going to, like, lightning speed, reach out, grab the mug while it's still in your hand, and crush it. And then she's going to say, no, this one's for the little one. You got your own. I'll get you more if you'd like. And then she's just going to, like, turn around, pull out a coffee mug, put it on the counter, and pour another glass for Isaac. Can I get you guys anything to eat? The rest of you, or if the rest of you are good, I'll go get what the tyke ordered.
Can we see a menu?
It's like up behind the bar.
Oh, I'll need a minute with the menu. You can attend to some of the other patrons, maybe. We've got some
All right,
business to discuss among
sounds good.
ourselves.
All right, I'll be back in a couple minutes, and she's going to go.
And another goo, please.
I'll get to you when I get to you. And she's gonna go around. She's gonna like refill all of the mugs that are on the tables already.
That was rude.
Is anybody like clocking her? Is anybody like keeping an eye on her?
Wyatt is 1000% doing so. Yeah.
Okay, Wyatt, I would like you to roll a wit. And anybody, and I guess Isaac, you were also nodding, so if you'd like to also.
Oh, yes.
Pushing. Not doing so hot. I had 1-1. What does that do again?
That doesn't do anything. Ones don't do anything unless you push.
I did push.
If you did push, it's -1 sanity.
I didn't get a 1 on the new rolls. It was only I didn't reroll that one.
If correct, then that would still be -1 sanity.
-1 sanity. I need it anyway.
Not using it.
Hope was the sanity, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine.
Isaac got 3 6s.
Okay, Isaac, you notice that while she is tending to people, she goes over to the door and locks it.
Seeing that, Isaac is going to take his mug of goo and he's going to drink it. But prior, when drinking something, his little mouth flap would come open and he would put it in the conveyor belt, and that's how he actually ingests things. He's just going to try to like sip it the way that normal people do, and so it's just going to like, the goo is going to slop down his front. It's gonna hit the metal of his face and just slop down his front, and he's gonna say,
I am really enjoying this goo that I am drinking.
So this is a little bit meta. It seems like Isaac is trying to control specifically like one of the robot parts of his body in a particular way. That to me seems like an automatic function. Like if he knows he's gonna go like try to eat or drink something, that's just his mouth opening. If we're going the 3 degrees of separation here of like what he is actually doing, I don't believe he's just pouring a beverage on himself, but if he's just trying to like take pretend sips,
that is exactly what it is.
However, if he's actually like pouring something out of the cup, I'd have you roll a strength.
No, you're right in the way that he is like he is consciously, if this were a normal human boy,
right,
it would be akin to a human boy pretending to drink something and some of it dribbling down onto his face.
Okay.
It's just made more comical on the fact that he has a robot mouth.
How many goos is Angelo at now on the goo count?
That's a good question. I have had 9.
You've had 1 this session. Okay. All right. Then you're fine for now.
How do our goo counters reset?
No, it is a persistent.
A rolling goo counter. Okay.
Yes.
I don't think I was going to be sipping any goo.
Okay.
But I'm not above it. I have done in the past.
But after she leaves and comes back, she's gonna like run around to some other patrons, go back to the kitchen, and then she is going to come back these like fries and nuggies, which are not dinosaur shaped. She's gonna set them down in front of you.
0 stars on Yelp.
And then she'll be like, "Would you like any dipping sauces or anything for these, love?"
No, thank you. I'm okay.
All right. She's gonna walk away and she's gonna say, "Get drinking, all of y'all. You
Well, I still need another goo, ma'am.
All right. No problem. She's gonna refill you.
Thank you.
Coffee mug up.
Oh yeah.
Shall we just I know we said the people weren't in the astral plane here, but I do want to just take a look, see if there's anything astral happening, especially with this woman. She's kind of, she's quite strange.
Yeah, so you're going to enter the astral plane.
Yeah, I'm going to say, hey guys, I'm just going to take a scope around here. It's been pretty useful to just look at things in the astral plane. If anyone wants to join me, anyone with pretty good perception.
I'll hold up his body so it looks like he's sitting on the bench.
Yeah, there we go. Here.
I'm going to do a weekend at Bernie's. Yeah.
Throw the arm over the side.
Okay, so you astral project. You look around at all the other patrons. Nothing from them.
Can I check the kitchen?
Nobody's in the astral plane. Oh, you're gonna try to get into the
do a quick hop over the bar. I'm gonna go do a quick hop over the bar, and I just want to scan, give everything a look down. I'm talking Mob of the Dead, Ghost. I want to just sprint around quickly through an area. And then
so this is actually interesting. We haven't this hasn't been a mechanic that we've used yet, but of course I did mention last time that when you are in the astral plane, you can still see a representation of the physical world sort of through the haze of it all, and you do see in the kitchen. You see 2 people working. You see 2 cooks, as far as you can tell, working on the machines and stuff. You see the waitress who's been running around. She has this green aura around her. Notably, the kitchen staff don't.
A green aura, emanating off.
She's just sort of glowing green. Yeah, her form is sort of glowing green.
Does she look the same? It's not I can see extra features on her astral
She's
self.
She's not astral projecting or anything. It's just the form of her that you can see has this sort of green outline through the astral plane that nobody else has.
Interesting. What about myself? I don't have that.
No, you are just you astral projecting is just your own like chosen form that you exist as in the astral.
So yeah,
in
myself
the astral
ripped.
Sure.
I'm just jacked.
Huge. Yeah.
So I'm gonna pop back in and say, all right, she's this waitress here, this kind of very insistent, I would say, or persistent waitress, has this green aura surrounding her in the astral plane. Now I'm not really sure if we know much about how the astral plane works, but
Probably her stinky attitude.
something like that. Might not be a literal stink. I didn't really go smell it. Can't really smell things the same in there. Maybe I'll ask her about it, unless anyone has a brighter idea.
Is there anything that we haven't yet investigated in this area? Like, is there an area of this diner that we have not yet?
The only thing you haven't done is go to the kitchen.
Yeah,
in your
fair
physical
enough.
Which is what Wyatt would have done when she was preoccupied with other people.
So as of this moment, she comes out from the back, and she's gonna like pass by and look at you guys again as she walks through, and she's gonna say, "Y'all better get those goos down. You know, those are that stuff is the only way to avoid a life of pain and anguish. So you better drink up." And she's gonna just kind of say that in passing as she walks around the counter and tends to other guests.
I don't like pain and anguish.
She said that in a really friendly voice, but it did not feel very friendly.
No, it's her green aura.
It's the stink.
What? I mean, I'll drink my goo at this point.
Okay.
Same as last time.
Yeah. What is your goo counter?
I'm not sure.
I think so. You had the one for sure.
I think I just had the one, or maybe
Did you ever
two.
have a second?
I don't think so.
No. Okay. So then that's two.
I'm writing it down. Despite all my rage, another goo in the...
Isaac has a talent of scout. I think Isaac would want to try and when she goes back into the kitchen, Isaac would love to slip behind the bar and not enter the kitchen, but listen outside to try and eavesdrop for something. If that's
there is also a window into the kitchen you could peer through or try to
yeah, some sort of shenanigan here where Isaac can listen in without being caught.
Yeah, you guys just can't see through where you're sitting at in the on the bar right now. But yeah, what is that particular role?
I just as one of my talents is listed as scout, and I wondered if that would help me in being stealthy in this moment.
You said scout? You get +2 to wits rolls for spotting approaching threats.
Okay.
So you could make a wits roll to look for an approaching threat?
You could theoretically do that.
I want to talk to the waitress.
Okay, you call her over again.
Excuse me, ma'am. What is your name?
Oh, I'm Agnes.
Agnes. That's a beautiful name.
Sorry. It's just been it's a little crazy in here, but it seems like things are starting to slow down. What can I do for you?
Well, I just want to say this goo is exceptional, and it's only highlighted by the beautiful waitress that continues to bring it to me.
Well, that is very nice. Thank you for that, for those kindnesses. You want more? Would you like more?
No. I just want to charm her. I want her to like me.
Roll empathy. There's no reason for her to not like what you're saying, but
I got a lot of dice I get to roll.
He's the empathizer. All
right. Out of all of that, I got one hit.
Okay. Yeah. She's like, well, that is so nice, and I wish that your friends there, but it seemed like they're maybe not feeling the same way. They're not engaging in the drinking of the goo.
Oh well, don't worry about them, Agnes. We're in no hurry. They're just sipping on it is all.
I sipped mine.
Well, so long as they get those down, everything will be okay.
Now, what is up with all these? What is up with these folks in here? Are they locals, or is there some kind of tour in town?
Well, everybody's passes through here in the dungeon. It seems like everybody comes and goes.
They have no eyes.
Excellent. No, where do they go to?
It's not my job to know. I just work here.
All right. Well, I do appreciate that, Agnes. You keep these goose coming now, you hear?
Yes, sir.
Agnes, they have no eyes. Agnes, they have no eyes. What is up with their no eyes?
Are you saying that? When you mention aloud about the patrons of the bar, as well as to Agnes, everybody in the bar will turn and look at you. Agnes's eyes turn black, and she is going to say in this voice,
"You will not get what you seek. You will not acquire the truth you wish to obtain. And you will never leave."
Do we all hear that?
Yes, you do all hear that.
I would bet it's just standing in front of us, right? It's one of those
And then everything turns back to normal. Everybody goes back to doing their thing, and Agnes kind of shakes it off and smiles and walks away.
I'm definitely not tipping her.
Yeah.
I think I peed a little bit.
What do we... Looks fine. You're dry. It just looks down.
You're dry to a 10-and-a-half-year-old is fucking crazy.
You're dry. You're dry, don't worry.
This got problematic very quickly.
Your 10-year-old or your friend on shrooms. It's got to be the same.
It's great. I appreciate it.
You're dry. No, well, it seems pretty clear that this waitress is not what she seems. She's got this green aura in the astral plane. Apparently doesn't want us to reach our goal of discovering the truth. I'm curious where she gets these ideas from, because I kind of feel like we were already on a path to...
I don't think that was her talking.
No. Either way, I think I'm going to go check out the bathroom. I'm going to start looking for some exits. I whisper to the group.
Yeah, she did lock the door. Can we go unlock the door?
You can try.
Yeah, let's
Yeah, I'm gonna get up and go look for a bathroom.
Okay, there's a bathroom. You go in, and there's a ladies and a men's. Do you have a preference?
I will go into the men's.
Okay, you go in, and there is somebody in the one stall. There is one stall and one urinal and 2 sinks. And there is somebody in the stall.
I'm gonna try the stall door.
It's locked.
I'm gonna try it again.
You psycho!
It's still locked.
You madman!
I'm trying to see that man piss.
I'm gonna try it again. Yeah,
It's
I'm
still
gonna
locked. It's
Give
still
it a
locked.
rattle.
It's still locked.
This is gonna be some Silent Hill shit.
And no one's saying anything on the other side.
No, he doesn't say anything.
All right, I'm gonna get down and look underneath.
As you peer underneath, you see somebody with their trousers down, sitting on a toilet, just facing forward.
Got it.
What are the eyes like?
Eyes white.
Blank
eyes
eyes.
white.
Okay.
Well,
All right.
damn, even no one's safe, even on the shitter.
I'm gonna crawl underneath the stall. I'm gonna get in the stall with this guy.
Okay.
I want to gander in this toilet, and I'm
What
gonna
the
try
fuck
to.
does that mean? You're putting your head in
Okay,
there?
you need to explain yourself,
portal.
sir.
I'm looking for portals. You know, we went down.
He was
a
looking
well.
for exits, and he's in a fucking stall with someone now. Like, what is happening?
It's the Guncheon! I mean, you know?
I'm not leaving a stone unturned.
If we flush ourselves down the toilet.
Oh, in this
we'll go
case,
to the
any
ocean.
turd unturned.
Yeah, so it's okay, hold on. Guess a number between 1 and 20.
12.
Yes?
There is not a portal in the
Damn
toilet. It is
If you
toilet
guessed it,
water.
there would be?
It is dirty toilet water.
Were you pulling a Scrabble chip? What were you doing back there? How are you?
Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna unlock the door from the inside and let myself out. Any windows?
Not in the
You're
back.
just leaving this man on the shitter with an open door now. Like, damn.
Yeah.
Not apologetic about
Needs
it.
to air out as some pretty dirty toilet water.
What
Yeah,
are you guys doing while Angelo?
Try and unlock the door.
Isaac
Yeah,
is
Wyatt
cutting his
would've-
chicken nuggets into dinosaurs.
Okay, so you're gonna go and try to unlock the door.
Yep.
It is locked from your side with a key, and there is no like twist lock. It requires a key to unlock.
We, guys, we're kind of trapped in here at this point.
Wyatt's gonna try to pick the lock with his freaking knife either way.
Oh, sure.
Whatever.
Just to try.
The,
Let's do agility.
agility. Yeah, I'm decent at that.
I'd love to hide somewhere in case the waitress comes by. Is that possible?
There's
Behind
not
a trash
too many
can?
places hide. You could try to get like,
Behind
under
a
a booth. or
gumball
something.
machine, make myself the same shape. So my
You could
head
you
is
could
behind.
like move the jukebox out from behind the wall, which has stopped playing the song, by the way.
No more Wonderwall, damn.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
push. So far, I've got one 6.
Okay, you're gonna push. All right.
3 6s.
Okay. Yes. So you do successfully with your knife pick the lock and open the door. She is going to, as you do, like kind of begin to push the door open. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna be like, come on, or are you gonna like?
Well, yeah, he's gonna wave to George, who seems to be the only person who's actually paying attention. Yeah. Because Isaac's currently
I
occupied.
think at this
and he's
point,
gonna-
Angelo is walking out of the bathroom.
Yeah.
Is he?
I'll shout to
So
Isaac. I'll shout,
no-
hey, Isaac, it's time to go. Angelo.
Okay.
Wyatt was literally trying to sign to him, like, be quiet,
Shit.
look at them, and then as soon as he's like, look for them and bring them, because he's using his military hand signal,
Wyatt
he
says it's
immediately
time to
yells,
go.
and it's like, fuck, okay.
As you do that, she is just going to, like, still in the kitchen, kind of pass by this window and look out at all of you sort of collecting towards the door. And she's going to be like, "Oh, leaving so soon? Well, stay safe out there. Do not seek those artifacts, okay? See you around."
Bye, Agnes.
All right.
And I'm gonna grab my goo from the bar and walk out the door.
I
Okay.
don't like that she's letting us leave. Now I feel like I want to stay. What is this?
You'll experience a lot more of that
Isaac,
in years to
just
come.
come on, let's go. Let's just get out of here.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's time to go. Do you recall? So these artifacts. I mean, this bartender clearly doesn't want us to collect them. But do you remember did we have different instructions for the artifacts?
No, they didn't say what the artifacts were.
Okay. Then I guess it's time for us to seek artifacts. Looked like no one in there had any information about that.
Well, maybe Agnes did. We didn't ask her about artifacts. She brought it up, in
feel
fact, so she knows
you're-
something about artifacts.
Angelo, you seem to connect. Would you pop the head back in there.
Well, I mean, do you guys think it's worth it? Obviously, she brought up artifacts.
She probably doesn't want us to find them, so she wouldn't tell us anyway.
We also never went in the kitchen, and
But I don't know what artifacts look like, so I might find one on accident and not know it. So if she doesn't want us to find them, she should at least tell us what they look like so we can avoid them.
So you should go tell her that, and
I would just march right back into the diner.
Isaac, did you want to astral project into the kitchen as well? I did.
I don't know.
We'll just wait to see what Angelo learns. It's like if she says, "Yeah, I got a couple artifacts in the kitchen. You can't have them," then we'll know.
I think instead, what I think if this is permissible, while you are talking to Agnes, I think Isaac would want to try and sneak into the kitchen if possible, like while she's distracted, run a little.
Okay.
Look for a back door.
Then in this case, Angelo, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I'm bolstered off of George's confidence, and I'm gonna be like, yeah, he thinks I know what I'm talking about, and I'm gonna walk back in and just kind of put my arm on the bar and be like, say, Agnes, these artifacts that you brought up, how do we avoid them? It sounds like they're everywhere.
Yeah. Okay, so this is gonna be an empathy roll, and Isaac is gonna roll an agility.
Could I argue that I've assisted with the empathy roll? I could help.
No,
just because I
you're not there unless you go back in and talk. No.
Okay.
While they're doing this, Wyatt's looking at the bike. Is it the exact same one that we had?
It is the exact same bike.
And are the
Full tank of gas. Keys are in it.
Okay.
I got 2 hits.
Okay.
Isaac also got 2 successes.
Okay, so Isaac, while this is happening, while this encounter happening, you are successfully making your way to the kitchen without her noticing. She's gonna say, "I just explicitly told you to not seek them, so all you have to do is not try to look for them, because if you do, there will in fact be hell to pay."
Well, I understand that, but we're just trying to make our way out of this dungeon, and we don't want to stumble across.
You don't. You don't make your way out of the dungeon. This is where we are forever now. As the Gunchpot has been sealed away, we are trapped in the dungeon forever, and forever might not be that long, depending on how things are going. It is simply not your duty to go and seek those artifacts. I clock your tattoo there. It's glowing, which means you have power inside of you, which means that you have the ability to cause a lot of trouble around these parts. So I'd say just keep drinking that goo.
I'm gonna reach out and touch her arm.
Nothing happens.
Okay. She doesn't have a tattoo that glows?
No, she doesn't.
Okay.
Just keep to yourself, keep drinking goo, and do not seek any artifacts that could cause trouble for everybody here.
Okay. Well, my friend in the last place that we were at, he came across a gun. Is that some kind of artifact that he would be able to... Should we throw that away? Is that an artifact? We don't want to get in trouble, Agnes. We just want to make sure we don't have any artifact.
A gun is not an artifact. A gun is not an artifact of any kind.
Of course.
You would know. You would know if you came across one, and you should not go searching for them.
Does it glow or something? How would I know?
I'd rather not give you any details about the specifics, because frankly, I don't know what they look like.
Good. Okay, so you're not in trouble, Agnes, and I just want to make sure I'm not in trouble. So
I know I'm not in trouble. You don't have to tell me.
All right. Well, Agnes, why I got you here? You know any other diners around here? Someplace that maybe serves Mexican food?
This is the only one that I know of.
Okay.
I never leave.
Okay.
I'm always here.
And Agnes, why is it that you have a green aura around you?
Huh?
Nothing. Agnes, I do appreciate this goo, and I hope you have a great night.
Keep drinking that, and keep having your friends drink that too. It'll help them out a lot.
And can I peer back in the kitchen to see if I see Isaac?
Yes, so Isaac is back there. You sneak in through the flappy doors. Immediately you see, and you're not clocked right away, but you see 2 people kind of standing at the fryer and the grill. They are the exact same state as all of the patrons. So they are also eyes whited out, just sort of running on autopilot.
Slay.
And there is an exit. There's an exit door as well in the back of the kitchen.
Oh, God, there's so many things Isaac wants to do. I guess, okay, so first I would love to do, if I could, make any sort of sweep of the place of looking for anything that is particularly odd.
Sure, just run a wit.
Okay. 2 6s and 1 1.
2 6s. Okay, so you notice 3 things. First thing is near the exit is a first aid kit. So near that back door is a first aid kit. Second, just like a lot of these other buildings that you encountered back in the village, there is a giant goo pipe back here with a big on-off valve on it. As well, you notice that there are kegs and kegs and kegs of stuff that appears to not goo. There's clear vases, big clear empty bottles that are like keg size that aren't full of goo. They're just full of like some indeterminate brown liquid.
Okay.
It's like sitting under a counter. And of course, these guys have not noticed you.
So how big in comparison to Isaac do you think these things are? Too big for him to like take a little bit?
Probably about the same size
Okay.
as Isaac.
Yeah.
Like 2.5, 3 feet tall.
Damn. I would love to take some of that with me. How does Isaac get some of that is a great question. Are there any like little like cups or bottles or anything that I could like scoop up some and just like...
Yeah, for sure.
Hell yeah. I'm going to take some of that. I'd love to also take the first aid kit, and then I'm going to go out the back door.
Okay, run an agility
Yep.
as you just try to do all of these things in one kind of like you scan the entire sort of surrounding, and then
Yeah, I'm going to push it. That is 2 6s, 1 1, so I have to take a sanity damage, right? Because I pushed it.
okay. Yes. So yeah, you can definitely manage to get like a literal 1 cup measuring cup is like the first thing you grab, and these containers are just open. So you scoop some out, and then yoink the first aid kit, and you're just heading out the back to exit.
Yep, just...
So you're like with the first aid kit in hand, like trying not to spill as much as possible, and you like jimmy out the exit, and they don't notice you. One additional question for you, Isaac, is did you actually eat those nuggies and fries?
No, he did not get the opportunity to. That was the next thing he was
Okay.
gonna do, but
Okay.
he only got to cut them into dinosaur shapes before everyone was like, we have to fucking get out of here.
Okay. And then Angelo, are you
Yeah,
leaving?
so I notice him right as I wrap up with Agnes. I notice him kind of open up I just only see the door open and then it close. And I'm like, oh, right. Well, have a good night, Agnes. And I turn around and walk out the diner.
All right. And you guys reconvene back at the front with Wyatt and George.
Yep, I'm already behind Wyatt, holding him on the motorcycle.
So Wyatt hasn't yet gotten on the bike yet. He's just been while all this is happening, he's checking it to make sure like there's no like IEDs, nothing crazy.
No IUDs, no other types of birth control or anything like that. No, it is a functional motorbike. It's got
It's
cool
fine,
hot rod
okay.
flames on it, and full tank of gas, and keys in the ignition.
All right.
Ready for you to hit this open road.
All right. As soon as he sees Isaac and them come out, he'll go on and
Okay.
test it and make sure it's working and everything.
I stole stuff.
What's in that cup, Isaac?
I don't know. And he's gonna hold it out for anyone who has any sort of ability to.
And I'm going to go and take a sip of it. I'm going to like, oh, is this a new goo flavor? And I'm going to take a sip of it.
So you take a sip of it, and it just kind of tastes like burnt oil, or like not like car oil, but like burnt food oil that's been used.
Oh,
in
Isaac,
even
that's
worse.
That's country gravy. You don't want that. That's... Ugh.
Make a new counter.
God damn.
Have your oil counter at 1, and just
Country gravy
return
counter.
to that at a later date.
If he tries
perhaps.
to jump in water later in the adventure, it's too much oil. He just resists it.
And Isaac, you now have this first aid kit, which for one time can straight up heal 2 HP from to somebody.
Let's go.
Can patch them up.
That's a
And
lot.
people don't have that much HP in this game.
Yeah,
right?
I was gonna say,
Unless
that's
I'm at the bottom of the barrel.
2/3 of my HP.
Well, I mean, shall we head back on the motorcycle, hit the open road, try and figure our way around to some artifacts in this Guncheon?
Dibs on shotgun.
And then Isaac
would
is
be
going to
the
get in the
sidecar.
sidecar, and he's
think
going to
it's
get in
all
the front of the
shotgun, right?
sidecar.
It's all shotgun.
I'm a walk to the sidecar, pick Isaac up, sit down, and then put him like in my lap.
And just ignore the second seat.
Yeah.
You guys get.
Well, no.
All of us in the sidecar.
George
It's a
is
two-
behind him, right?
It's a 2-person sidecar. Well, I guess the one that I have pictured is only one. So you know what? That's fine. I guess because at one point during pre-production, we were considering having Isaac sit in a basket mounted to the front,
Yeah. But we don't
and that
have
is
that
when I
yet.
decided on this model. But
Okay.
no, that's fine. That's fine. Isaac can sit in your lap if you're comfortable with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, he's just a little kid, and they're in the banana seat, so.
Yeah.
But I want to say, I am curious, and I'm going to say this out loud to the group. I'm curious why Agnes was glowing green in the astral world. I think that may have some kind of significance on, I don't know, what information we could get from her or her connection to an artifact. The fact that she brought up artifact.
She could also just have a stink-ass attitude.
Bet.
She did have a stank ass attitude.
Isaac gets it.
What things around us are part of the Guncheon? Yeah.
Yeah. And then on that, we drive off.
Are you gonna take off and ride?
Well,
ride
if
on?
there's any road to drive on, yeah.
There is, yeah. So it's just
Okay.
you're on like a full like strip of road. It's basically like a Route 66,
Gotcha.
like just
Okay, all right.
Open.
Yeah.
open road.
Then lights
Any radio
on
stations?
and taking it off.
You take off, peel out, and you leave. You hit the open road. It is still night. It is still foggy. As you drive cautiously, the sun begins to come up, the fog begins to clear, and the sun's light begins bouncing off the liquid reality, still pouring from the shattered sky above. As you can now see, the cracks in the sky are still dripping goo. Now having an opportunity to see clearly, you see scattered across this very sort of grasslandy landscape. Literally just picture driving through Oklahoma, Kansas, like whatever, just a kind of very picturesque open
Nothingness.
field type nothingness. You see giant, massive lumps of flesh just scattered across the landscape. As like giant being tons, like huge.
Are there any close to the road
There are some
that we can see?
There are some near the road for sure. A couple are even on the road. You kind of gotta like swerve around them. Some are smaller than others. There are like small piles, but they are just scattered throughout the entire landscape. Are these piles of flesh that are definitely that are like writhing and wiggling and kind of like moving around. Some of them are like rolling, moving around. No determinate path or reason. They're just sort of there. As well, it appears that like it's looking for other things to add to its mass, like a katamari. You know, these giant lumps of flesh are rolling around into other lumps of flesh, and they're becoming part of the overall mass, the total mass.
Did you say calamari?
I said katamari. If you're not familiar, it's a video game. Where you roll around and pick up stuff and make it part of your ball. But on the road ahead, out on the horizon line, shooting into the sky across the horizon, you see 3 monolithic beams shooting into the sky, each with a different color radiating out for them. You see a blue monolith, a black monolith, and a green monolith. Yes, you see, as if it's radiating out like light, a black spire sort of erasing the world around it. This pure negative light shooting into the sky. It just looks like somebody erased that part of the horizon. And those all appear to be on the road in front of you.
When we come up to the first ball of flesh that we have to like swerve around in the road, I'm gonna ask Wyatt to stop. I'm gonna like tap him on the leg because I'm sitting next to him and be like, hey Wyatt, because I want to stop and like inspect this flesh closer.
Caveat to this, were there any other vehicles or any other people while we were driving? Because it seems like we were driving for like hours.
Not that you've seen. No, it's been an empty road.
No? Then Wyatt would pull over. But like in a concealed, as much possible concealment area.
So you can get out and take a look at it, and
yeah, I'm gonna get a closer inspection.
It is just a huge. This one that you're coming up at is kind of medium height, but it is taller than you, and it is just kind of wiggling, sitting there, not moving.
I want to reach out and touch it.
So as you reach out to touch it, it is going to begin to like move towards you, and like some little like, flesh tendrils are going to come out and like try to meet your hand. Are you going to make contact?
I'm going to pull my hand back.
Angelo.
I'm going to pull my hand back, and I'm going to look back at my party like, guys, I think this flesh knows, I don't know, it's sentient somehow.
I think, this reality is hostile. This.
Should I touch it then?
No. Stop touching
If you
shit.
wish to be part of it, maybe.
Is there like...
No, I don't actually, I'm sorry. I rescind what I was going to say. I was going to say Isaac should try to touch it because Isaac thinks he's a real boy.
Wyatt would not let Isaac touch it.
Oh, but Isaac is human and made of skin.
Can I find a stick? Sure. I want to poke it. I'm going to try to find a stick on the side of the road, and I'm going to come back
or
with
like
a
a
stick
rock
and
or just anything.
Yeah, and poke it.
Grab a stick and poke it.
Whatever you touch it with just gets absorbed into it.
Okay, don't touch it again.
I told you not to touch shit.
Okay.
Why are you touching shit? Even with the stick, you're still technically touching it because you're attached to the stick. Stop touching shit.
All right, Wyatt. All right. I'm going to ponder as I walk back to the motorcycle and hop in the sidecar, pick Isaac up, put him in my lap.
Before moving on, I would love to go into the astral plane to see if the landscape changes, if this blob changes.
The only thing you notice is that the blob has a green aura.
Ooh.
As well as all of the other. So when you're in the astral plane, you kind of look out on the landscape, and there is just like little splotches of green all over your vision.
It's like night vision.
Yeah. But not fully. It's just
Green
Yeah.
phosphorus.
It's like night vision, but during the day.
Yeah.
All right, Isaac will return to himself.
More green aura. It has green.
The flesh too?
Yes, green
I
everywhere.
wonder if it's a part of Agnes then, and that's what she meant by, not us being able to leave.
This is Agnes's skin. That's really gross.
Yeah.
Maybe she has some sort of control over this manifold. Maybe this region of the Guncheon is in some way tied to her.
Yeah, maybe she's like the Oz, this one.
And that's
I understood
why
that
it's
reference.
green.
Thank you. Yeah.
Does the green match do we see a green prism ahead of us on the road?
Yes, the light shooting into the sky is roughly the same color.
So does it appear that like the entire area we're in is shooting like green light upwards, and that, Or is it just ahead of us?
It's so just the one like spire is ahead of you. It's only in the astral plane that you notice there was like a lot of this green aura surrounding any of the flesh that you can see in the immediate. And not you guys. So you guys are like normal. As far as like Isaac, when you were there, you didn't notice anything about your crew that was off or different.
Okay. And the obelisk, you said there was one black, one green, one blue?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, let's keep powering ahead then. See where this road takes us.
How are we doing on fuel, Wyatt?
How are we
You
doing?
guys are still good. Probably a good quarter down.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing wild yet. Great gas mileage here. Yeah, it's highway travel. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it's a
highway miles,
motorcycle.
as you continue driving, as you're getting closer, the obelisk that is closest to you, or the spire that is closest to you, is the green one.
Are we there yet?
Okay, because that's the one Wyatt would have went to anyway. After Isaac
That's the one
told
we
us.
kind of, we assumed it's tied to where we're at.
Yes.
Somewhere.
So then, as you are driving towards it, you start to see some road signs. On these, you see like one road sign that just kind of passes you by, but it says attraction ahead. And then another one that says don't want to miss it. And then as you continue driving, just more and more, like literally dozens on both sides of the road are just like, attraction ahead, stop here, big roadside, like stop by, gift shop, all of that kind of stuff. Just tons of signs that are like the greatest thing you'll ever see, fun for the whole family.
Giant yarn ball.
Exit through the gun shop, that kind of stuff. And as you continue to drive, in the distance, you do see like a giant statue sort of being obscured just by the natural distance.
What is the statue of?
Well, as you get closer, it is a statue of the Gunchpot, the creature that you all saw and all worship. Well, not worship, but it's like your god or whatever.
He signs the checks.
As you get even closer, you see a couple of small buildings surrounding this massive statue of the Gunchpot. There is parking, and there's 2 buildings, but it's basically just this little right off the road attraction.
While you're doing that, just for reference, Wyatt parks not too close to the entrance, but also not far enough where it's like a journey, but just like a good amount, enough steps in there.
Imagine that is the Gunchpot.
Yeah,
that brown area is the parking.
Gotcha.
Okay.
The building with the giant neon sign says gun shop. The other one, you can't tell what it is, but it looks like it might just be like an office or just a general storage house or something like that.
Hey guys, who does the Gunchpot look like to you?
Nicolas Cage.
I was thinking White Jesus at first, but now he looks like the youngest Hemsworth brother.
What is your visual reference for Jesus?
What is your visual
have a
reference for
Beard,
the Gunchpot?
long hair.
Do you have an illustrated Bible?
Yeah. What, you haven't?
Oh, I guess not.
This is the quote-unquote canonical what the Gunchpot looks like and what you guys all like saw.
I would like to go pay my respects at the statue.
Oh, okay. Well, because
It's just a Cthulhu creature.
Okay.
Gotcha.
He looks
You
like my dad.
you introduced
The hat
yourself
included, though.
as the Gunchpot at the beginning.
Oh,
of the game,
you were
so I was
talking about
picturing
me.
you.
I
Yeah.
am the
You
Guncheon
look like White
master.
Jesus.
I'm the
You
Guncheon
look like the
master.
youngest Hemsworth brother, and I had a couple other ones lined up.
I see what we're getting at here. All right. I appreciate all of those things.
Yeah.
But no, it's not in reference to myself. No, the Gunchpot is a Lovecraftian horror,
This is us
non-Euclidean
talking to
creature
Angelo right now.
of the gods.
Yeah. Right.
This is us literally talking to Angelo. He'd be like, "What is that statue there?" Yeah, Angelo, this is the Gunchpot, the thing that we kind of summoned. If you recall that horrible day we had, that started
This
the concussive
whole
start.
time, I thought he was the youngest Hemsworth brother, but no, wow,
I think you just saw
that's the
another cultist.
Gunchpot.
I see. I get the tentacles kind of look like hair.
I was lost the whole
The lines
time.
of in character and out of character are so blurred for me right now, I can't follow this conversation anymore.
Everything.
What
is
is
in
happening?
character.
Okay.
I am just now, for the first time, seeing
Angelo's
Gunchpot.
hearing my voice in his head saying, "This is what this thing is."
So he's just replying out loud. Okay, Wyatt is 50 feet away from this fucker at this point.
Okay,
1,000-yard
so
stare.
Leave him.
Wyatt.
I have the
the
keys.
statue itself, which is of this giant creature, which we do not have official art for yet, but we will get there. Hopefully, when this video goes live, we will. It is massive. It's huge. This is a ginormous statue.
We had the
But
best Gunchpot.
it's actually bigger than the Gunchpot's, like the actual Gunchpot that you saw, which was like 100 feet tall. It was like a huge, massive, towering beast, and this is taller than. And oddly, it is covered in eyes, just head to toe in eyes, which we did not see in the Colosseum.
Hey, George, do you think he's compensating for something?
I think it's more advanced. I'll say that. It does clearly has more vision.
George, you said that you wanted to like go pay your
Approach. Yeah, I was gonna go approach. I was gonna say, everyone, we should approach and investigate what's.
Are you gonna touch it, or are you just going to like? Because it's not roped off or anything. It is.
I was just gonna go like kneel in front of it.
Okay. Is everybody going to do this, or?
I want to see the gun shop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wyatt and Isaac are on their own adventure to the gun shop.
Okay. Angela, are you going to sit here and pay respects?
No, I'm gonna see that my boy George is all alone, so I'm gonna kind of stick around him, and I'll follow behind him. I'm not gonna kneel.
Okay, so then George, you are the only one that this happens to, so I'm gonna pull you away. So you kneel down to like pray or pay your respects, and you hear this voice in your head.
My follower, I may have been sealed, but I am not gone. Maybe from this Guncheon, but I am outside the walls of your reality, watching, waiting, hungry. I know in time, you will do the right thing.
And then the voice ceases. And
Hey,
we can go back.
George.
Anyway, you don't notice, Angela, you don't notice anything, but you are still there.
Yeah.
George is gonna stand up and.
All right. Did you get your prayers in, my guy?
Yes, Angelo, and I do believe Gunchpot was trying to speak to me.
All right. Well, let's go tell the others.
Agreed.
Fill me in on the way, I guess.
Okay, so you guys, Isaac and Wyatt, have made their way to the Gunch shop. You guys just go in and look around. Yeah? Nah?
Yeah, obviously keep it. Of course, Wyatt's always looking. Yes, we go in, and then Wyatt is looking around. Typical thing, going into a new place.
Inside the gun shop, there are tons of snacks made out of goo. There's like little drinks and baubles and food item like fruit snacks and candy bars and stuff, all that are like packaged with Gunchpot branding and marketing and like logos and stuff. And they all like say now with goo and like that kind of stuff. There is snow globes, of course, that are full of goo. There are also somebody roll a wit. Roll.
I would love to roll a whip.
Either one of the two of you who's currently in the gift shop.
I would love to roll a whip.
Go ahead. Those candy bars are gonna get got. I just know it.
Let's freaking go. I have 3 6s.
So Isaac, you clock almost right away a big sign at the back of the gift shop that says replica artifacts. There is a shelf full of different colored gemstones. There is a black, like they're all sort of like these round stones that have these swirly sort of carvings into them. Very demure, very astral.
Mindful.
It's very kosher. People are loving it. There is a green, a black, a blue, and a red stone. And there's just a bunch of them. Like they're just like giving them out. They're just like rocks. They are replica artifacts. And
You said a black, a blue, and a green?
and a red.
Red.
Black, blue, green, and red.
I put green and red. Okay.
So for those lying at home, all of the same colors of the spires with the exception of red.
the tip hint at the bottom of the screen. Hint. Those are the same 4 colors, dumbass.
There is also an old man running the shop who just like, hey, when you come in, but then like, look
That's
around.
it.
Come to me if you have any questions.
Isaac is definitely gonna, like, he's, this is a kid in a candy shop, okay? That's what this is. And so Isaac is grabbing a fruit snack. He's grabbing, if there's any, like, an action figure, he's getting that.
Yes, there are definitely articulated figures of the Gunchpot.
Yeah, so grabbing one of them for sure to have on his person. Then he will...
There's like tote bags and there's like to-go cups. There's literally anything that you would think of in a gift shop.
License plate names.
Yes. But they all just say Gunchpot.
Yeah, right.
Here's the full list of things that Isaac is grabbing and taking to the counter. First thing, a pack of those goo fruit snacks. Second thing, a Gunchpot figurine. Third thing, 4 matching Gunchpot friendship bracelets. And then he's going to go back to those emeralds and he's going to grab one of each of those little guys, those special gems. And then he's just going to take all of those and bring them up to the front and just kind of like reach up to put them onto the counter and push them towards the man.
Hi, my name is Isaac, and I would like to have these things, please.
Well, hello. It's always great to meet a young fan of the Gunchpot. Okay, let me go here. And he's going to like take every individual thing. Now, would you like a commemorative Gunchpot tote bag to pack all of these in?
Yes, please.
Okay, you got it. And he's going to start packing them up and be like, okay, and that is going to be 40 of currency.
Does Isaac have any currency?
Do you have any currency?
Wyatt was gonna walk over, like seeing Isaac have all these things, and be like, "Do you actually have money to pay for that?"
I think the drone pilot starts with no currency.
Well,
I can pay you in friendship. I can pay you in this weird brown oil that I have. I could pay you in a crisp high five, or
Crisp high five.
I could sweep this store.
Do an empathy roll. Or if Wyatt, if you're gonna do anything, you may also.
Let's see how the empathy roll plays out first.
Let's hang on. Okay.
Let's see if this old man's gonna flip his shit.
Okay, I'll push it. 1-6.
All right.
Nice.
He was like, well, I of course, I have to take donations. They're all technically donations, even though it is exchange of goods. Acquired donation. It's just a transaction. You're just paying for a good. If you would like to have them and not pay for them, yes, you absolutely can work. I always need help around the shop. As you'll notice here, and he's going to pick up his leg. He's an old man, so this is very difficult for him. He's going to pick up his leg and put it on the counter, and he is chained to the floor. So, any help around the shop would be super helpful because I can't really leave this spot.
Who did that to you?
The Gunchpot. The Gunchpot.
God?
Yeah, I guess he's our god, yeah.
Do you want me to open it?
Oh, no. The Gunchpot deems me to be the best person to run this shop, so I am going to do it to the best of my ability with a smile on my face.
Okay, as long as you're happy, what can I do for you?
Well, certainly you can see the shelves are a bit of a mess. The last group that came through here really ravaged the place, and of course a good sweep would be nice. And if you could just go give your respects to the Gunchpot for me. I mean, of course, I'd love to go out there myself and pray, but I can't. So if you could just do that for me, it would be honestly worth pretty much all of this stuff for me. So
Okay.
anything for you, sir.
Sure, and Wyatt's gonna pick up one of the candy bars.
Great. That's a very popular choice these days, and that's just going to be 5 currency.
No problem.
Frick yeah, paid. No goofy side quest required.
I finally get to use my currency.
And at this point, Angelo and George, are you thinking you're in here now,
Yeah.
or what are you doing?
Hello.
Welcome to
Austen,
the gun shop.
Hey, old man. Hey, George talked to the statue. You guys need to hear what he said.
Well, I
Oh, you do.
excuse me, sir,
I'd like to
quiet
hear-
down.
I'd like
You're,
to-
you're
I'd like to hear too
Sir,
if you heard
sir,
new teachings from the
sir.
Gunchpot.
While
sure.
this is happening, Isaac is putting the friendship bracelets on everyone's hand.
Sure, let's
covertly.
and just like with
Wyatt's just like-
unconscious click and then it's done. Just like not breaking, not stopping talking. Yeah, so feels as if I was able to commune with Gunchpot. I don't think it was just a statue. Apparently, resonates in some way with the elder god, which we helped summon. Bad news, or well, don't let me tell you how to react to the news, but Gunchpot appears to be sealed away. I think it was as the woman said at the bar. He's been sealed away and appears to be outside looking in as usual, not in the Guncheon, as it were, but would like to be released. Does mean we have the run of the place, the Guncheon. There could be many things in here with their own independent goals and things to do, but Gunchpot is currently on lockdown.
Did he say how we can free him again?
No, I didn't really. It wasn't really a back and forth moment there. Just that he was there watching. Maybe you'll speak to you if you kneel at the statue. If you remember the teachings.
Right. Yeah. No, I remember the teachings, but maybe Isaac forgot. So, what are you supposed to say when you kneel at the statue?
Shamalama ding dong.
Got it. Yeah, as we always do. Isaac did shamalanga ding dong.
Angelo, do you not know
Shamalama-ding-dong.
some of the most essential
Yeah.
rituals of?
No, I do, but I just want to make sure the 10-year-old remembers. I don't want him to look like an idiot when he goes out there and prays in front of our God.
All right.
I appreciate that because I did not know. So,
See, George?
and I have to do that.
How did you all end up here? Seems strange.
Well, there was the woods and my sister Jude and some of her friends, and then
No, he didn't mean that literally, Isaac.
oh, okay. I have to go pray to the statue outside as a caveat of me being able to receive these goods. I got us friendship bracelets, everyone. They all say Gunchpot on them, so it could just be a cult thing, but I need you to know that they are friendship bracelets. That's important to me.
And I would like to take this moment now that you are all officially via merchandise labeled as friends. We are going to pause the game, and we are going to talk about your tension.
Let's go.
The tension within the group. How do you feel about your fellow players? The Electric State has an interesting mechanic called tension, and that is how you feel about one of your other players in this moment. This tension can rise and lower, but at the beginning of the game here, I say 4 hours into the game, we are going to label each of our other players, you're going to pick one of your other party members to set your tension at 1 or 2. Now, tension is a vague descriptor. It could be something you don't like, or it could be something you do like about them that makes you maybe embarrassed or shy, or it could be something that makes you uncomfortable or angry, anything. So consider your other players and think about where your tension is. You can set your tension at 1 or 2, 2 being the highest, means you have a lot of tension around them, and then everybody else will be 0, which means you don't necessarily have any discernible tension with them, but that can raise and lower as things happen through roleplay and rolls.
I was thinking 1 tension towards Wyatt, just because I think some of it is stuff that Wyatt might not like pick up on, but he was trying to I think he was trying to encourage you to drink some of the Gunch sauce, if I recall, and helped and did it in that moment where he was kind of weaker. So I'm gonna do I'll call it 1 towards Wyatt, and then I've got one. We say we have 1 more to give out, and I could turn that up to. I'll just crank it up to 2. Real tense. And then I'll go 0.
So just to be clear, that's a positive or negative?
I mean, it definitely seems like I want to have influence over you. So just we conflict in that way. You don't want to You don't want to do what I'm suggesting you to do. You want to just think freely, and I don't want you to do that. I'm a gaslighter.
Hey, Gunch Lord.
Yes.
Lord.
Do we have points to give out, or only one person can receive either?
One person can get up to 2. 2 just being you feel very strongly about them. 1 is just okay, a little bit something's going on. 0 is you're fine.
Okay.
And it's just one person.
All right.
Okay.
So we're just picking one person to apply 0, 1, or 2.
Just one person. Everyone else, you're picking one person to apply 1 or greater. Everyone else gets 0.
Is this on top of the tension from last game, or?
There was no tension last game.
Oh, we just talked about it. Okay.
There's 4 traveler spots. Can we have tension with ourselves?
No. The game can be played with more than 4 people.
Heard.
So you have tension with the Guncheon master. That's the tension that way.
That's number 4. That's the 4th slot.
What an insane thing to add to a story. How would you even do that? With the omniscient narrator tension.
So what is your tension, and why do you have it? Just so I know.
No other reason.
George is doing. I'm gonna do 2 tension towards Wyatt. Wanted to have a little more. Wanted him to drink the sauce. Wants to kind of push him into situations. Not just culty situations. Sue me.
Isaac has 1 positive.
I was gonna say then Wyatt does where his tension is, and we see if we can go.
Oh yes, popcorning.
If everyone
Yes,
can make it.
yes.
Gotcha. I'm going to give a 1 to Isaac towards the positive. While their initial encounter was rocky because Isaac worded him the fuck out, Wyatt has started to look at Isaac as this innocent beacon in this fucked up realm that they're in. So essentially Isaac is he's attaching himself to Isaac to try and protect this and make sure that this stays as pure as possible.
Like a familial tension.
Yeah.
Did you state that this has to be positive or negative?
No. So the score itself, the 1 or the 2 only means how strongly your emotions are about the thing. It is just in character if those emotions are negative or positive.
I see. So then I will talk about my tension. I put a 1 tension towards Wyatt, and Angelo's upbringing and the experiences that he's had. He's never met a man like Wyatt who is so brawny and knows what he's doing and is confident about it.
My role say differently.
And it's bringing up some stuff in Angelo, and he's kind of seeing him as a daddy, a mask, a dom, a bear, if you will, because he's all hairy and he's big. He's riding his motorcycle, and it's kind of. I follow Wyatt. I listen when he talks, and I respect what he says.
Normal.
And he's kind of sexy.
The way that you are saying it makes me think that you should have 2 tension towards Wyatt.
Yeah, that's a
pretty strongly, or you're working your way there.
Yeah, I'm working because I haven't had a one-on-one with him yet, like I have with George, and also these are new feelings for me. So I'm just kind of is this the dungeon, or
give it time? I'm gonna get a Guncheon tag on AO3 going. I'm writing a fan fiction about Angelo and Wyatt right now.
And finally, Isaac, what is your tension? What's your beef in the group?
So he doesn't have beef.
That makes sense.
So
chicken.
Yeah, I gave him 1 positive attraction towards George based on so far he has had the most positive interactions with George. George is the one who hasn't been aggressive to him. Yeah. And so he has 1 positive platonic attraction towards George.
Okay, cool. And now that you guys have tension, I would like to officially announce just speak on this mechanic that we have in the game now. So sanity is a mechanic in this game that we are playing. There are ways that you can recover sanity. One of the big ones being reducing tension with other players. So as we begin using tension, as you increase your tension, you don't necessarily get any negative effects. It's just supposed to influence how you roleplay. But the simple fact that you may have trouble with one of the other players is enough. So, however, when you reduce tension with a player, you will regain 1d4 of sanity. You cannot reduce your tension more than twice per scene either. So if you like lower your tension with somebody, for those if you have like a positive tension with somebody, lowering your tension doesn't necessarily mean that you are going back or like you don't like them or you like them less or whatever. It is more of becoming more comfortable and leveling the playing field in your relationships, rather than if you have tension, if Isaac has tension with George, it's not necessarily that obviously he doesn't like George, it's that he likes George and maybe feels a little bit, even if it's not a negative uncomfort, but an uncomfortable and a power imbalance. So as you level that power imbalance, that tension will go down and you will have more clarity of mind in that. As well as certain items may reduce tension or regain your sanity. So just listening to music, reading cultist texts or propaganda, petting a cute animal, deeply meditating, or eating a good meal that is not goo, among other things, can recover sanity. All of those things considered. If sanity ever becomes an issue for you, take into account that you can get it back. And with that in mind, you might be losing sanity much more frequently going forward. Exit the Guncheon is a Gunchpot production, starring Ryan as George Conway, Amissus as Isaac, MeesterE as Wyatt Harding, and Jeremiah Jackson as Angelo. And me, the Guncheon Master himself, who wrote, voiced NPCs, edited, and brought you to the Guncheon. Theme song by Austen Reno, key art by Amissus. Additional sound effects and music from MeesterE. Thank you everybody for watching, and of course, as always, see you next time.